Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see what is grounding and earthing in the domestic or industrial purpose. All right. So, which is under unit number 4. It's the grounding or earthing is very essential thing. Let me take you into the content. All right. The earthing, the need for earthing is all you must know because sometimes we go to home at rainy season, we touch the switchboard, and sometimes we feel shock. And sometimes in the normal condition, if we go and touch, so that time the shock will not be there. So this is exact need of earthing. This is where because everywhere the leakage of electricity will be there. Sometimes it may pass through plastic, sometimes it may pass through wood, sometimes it may pass through the leakage may pass through the the steel or rod. So this is an additional leakage current that flows in a body of any equipment like washing machine, grinders, or anything. So in that case, the leakage current has to be grounded to the earth. Earth in the sense it's a soil. Okay. The process of connecting the metallic frame of any electrical equipment or an electrical part of the system to the earth is called as grounding or earthing. Okay. So how are we going to do the earthing? Because as I said, like a process of connecting a non-metallic part of a metal part or non-metallic part of a machine. Okay. So that has to be connected in the soil. As I mentioned, it has a proper procedure to ground it. The procedure in the sense every every house have these kind of earthing. Okay. Usually the earthing will be done by the GI pipe. Okay. So GI pipe with an area and have a size. So the process of connecting earthing is all about like we have to dig the hole in the soil and we have to pour some salt. Okay. Salt is used to increase the connectivity, and also in the next layer we will pour the charcoal, and the third and above the charcoal, like we will fix our pipe along with the earth wire. Because all the we have so many machines at our home, all the machines earth will be connected to the earth point of a socket, and the earth point of socket will be connected to the finally it is connected to the GI pipe, and that will be earth through this process. The charcoal and salt used here is to increase the conductivity, so that the when a human body touch the machine, the leakage current should not flow through the human body, because human body also have a resistance. So this charcoal and salt will reduce the resistance, so that it will not let the leakage current to pass to the human body, and the leakage will flow through the earth point. So that is by this process. All right. So let me take you into the two different kind of earthing. One is equipment grounding, or also called as earthing. So as I said, no, like non-current carrying metal part can be connected. Okay. So that is exactly called as equipment grounding. The process of connecting non-current carrying metal part of the any equipment to prevent from the insulation failure, that has to be connected to the earth or ground. Okay. So non-current carrying metal part in the sense we have a washing machine. The motors will be inside the washing machine, but the cover of washing machine, it's maybe in the plastic, maybe non-current carrying material. Sometimes if we touch that, we may feel the electric shock. And another example, we can take a wet grinder. Okay, the motor will be inside the machine, but sometimes when we touch the enclosure part, the cover of the motor or the grinder, sometimes we may feel the shock. So this picture clearly shows, when 230 volt supply is given to the motor, and if a human body that have a resistance RB, if we touch the enclosure, that means the part of the outer part of the machine, when the leakage is there, it will flow via the human body, and the human will get a shock. All right. So let me take you to the case how the earthing has to be protected without giving a shock to the human body. So in the first figure 26.1, so there is no enclosure. There is no proper grounding. The neutral is connected to the ground. So if I go and touch, if a human body go and touch the machine, the electricity will pass through the human body at the time of leakage. In the second one, 26.2, here the enclosure is connected to the neutral. Enclosure, I mean one wire which is connected to the enclosure, and that is connected to the neutral part. So in that case, the human body will be protected because the neutral line of the supply is grounded, so that whenever the faulty condition comes, so it will pass through the neutral and it will go to the ground, so which human body will not have any effect. So let me consider 26.3 example, figure 26.3. Here, as I mentioned, the enclosure of the motor is connected to the neutral. In case if the neutral is turned off, or maybe the mechanical injury may make the neutral to be open. So in that case, the human body definitely will have the shock. So we have to connect like figure 26.4. So we have to connect the neutral wire to the grounding as well as the enclosure of the motor to the grounding separately. So that if neutral cut, the direct grounding from the enclosure will prevent the shock to the human body. So we always prefer like figure 26.4. All right. So this is one learning to prevent the leakage of electric current that passes through the human body. And the next kind of grounding is system grounding. Okay. So this system grounding is all about connecting an electrical part of the power system to the ground. Let us consider the transformer. Okay. We usually know at the time of lightning and thunder, the lightning will strike the transformer, and this may be an example why our TV is burning out when the lightning condition are happen. So what I have to do is like the secondary of the transformer winding has to be connected to the ground, so that when a human body touch, the secondary part will take into the ground part. Okay. And the third kind of grounding is neutral grounding. In a supply or in a machine, we may give input like three phases of input R, Y, B, and the neutral point has to be grounded. So this can be grounded directly to the soil through any kind of grounding to prevent the machine from the electrical shock. Okay. So let me take you to the different types of neutral grounding. The first one is solid grounding, and when the neutral is directly connected to the ground, then this is called as a solid grounding. So no intermediate equipments or no intermediate systems that is used for the grounding. And the second type from the neutral grounding is resistance grounding. Here we use resistance uh, in between the neutral and we connect to the ground. So this resistance prevents the leakage of electric current which flows into the body. And the third one is reactance. So we connect the reactance coil in between the neutral and the ground. Okay. So the last one is arc suppression coil grounding or resonant grounding. Here we use arc suppression coil, which is a variable one, which can control the neutral value, resistance value, reactance value that is to be ground. So now let us understand why we have to connect the neutral to the ground. You know, in a normal balance condition, there is no problem at all in the three-phase supply. But sometimes, because the fault may arise because of disaster, sometimes tree may fall on the line, sometimes lightning strikes. So in that case, the fault current will strike the other phases and reduce it. When may short circuit may happen, so that time the fault current may happen, it may damage the devices. If we ground the neutral with these four kind of things, the fault current will be protected, and our groundings, neutral grounding will protect the entire equipment from the damages. So you can refer over these kind of reference books for the groundings. And thank you. Good day.